Hello, and welcome to another episode of LoFi. This week I learned about clippaths in CSS. I was working on a bit of a project, another album cover I was trying to do, and I realized I needed something where I could clip or mask some elements on the page. So CSS clippaths seemed like the way to go. Initially, using clipping or masks in code seems a little, to me, intimidating. I'm used to it from apps like Illustrator or Sketch, but to actually procedurally do it in code seemed, I thought it was going to be very complicated. Trying to get all the points, trying to figure out what was where, but it turns out it's reasonably simple if you're familiar enough with how it works in the likes of Illustrator, and Firefox does a really good job of explaining it. So let's take a look at that. You can see here I've got an image with a clip path on it. If I remove the clip path, we see the whole image. When I put it back, I had been playing with it, so we're getting a slightly different image here. So how to understand these points and exactly what's happening here. So what we have here are actually the coordinates of the center of the circle. So if we set 50% and 50% here, the coordinates are in the dead center, but this then is the radius, which is huge. So if you make it 100 pixels, we end up with a circle. 200 pixels, we get a bigger circle. So how do we understand that more easily, especially when I was trying to animate it? So you'll see here, when I hover, it's taking up the whole area that the image would usually take up, which shows you how it's still taking up space in the flow of the document. But my favorite new tool is this little icon down here beside clippath in the Firefox inspector, because when we tap that, we get these control points, and you'll see our coordinates here highlight in yellow when we hover over the center point, and similarly when we hover over here, the center point highlights blue, and a radius shows up as well. But these are actually controls, so we can move these around and get it exactly where we want. So I was doing something at the start the way you saw it, where it was something like this, and then you can just copy that rule and you've got exactly the clip path you wanted. As easy as that. So I'm going to show you a few of the different ways you can do clip paths, and they get more complicated as they go. So that's the circle. We can do an ellipse, which is very similar. It has coordinates, but also two different radius handles, if you will. So if you'll see this hasn't updated here. The inspector, I think, is having trouble with the iframe and showing us those clip path coordinates, but if we tap again, we're back in business, and we can edit these, make it exactly how we want, maybe try and do something similar to what we had before, but you can actually grab it up here as well, I believe. Well, not quite. If we go this way, yeah, you can drag it up, drag it out, and there we go. Very simple. It's literally just click and drag, and then you can copy your rules over. Firefox has made this so easy. But where it gets complicated, and what I was trying to do, was a polygon. So I've borrowed a polygon from this CSS tricks article, which is brilliant. I'll link to this in the notes. But what this gets you is almost like a speech mark shape. So mine wasn't this complicated, but this is what I was using to play with. And it's when I discovered these, sorry, I'll just reload the inspector again. When I discovered this tool, and this is where it really shines. So if we hit it, you see we get all these points. and we can play with them as we want. And again, we can copy this and save it. And then if we refresh the page, we'll have my horrible new design. Oh no, I've got an error. What have I done wrong in here? Oh, I don't have clippath. That should be fine now. And we see the speech mark as I changed it up. So where I was able to bring this to was here, where as I scroll, you can see the banana peel coming and going. So what's actually happening here is, I'll show you on a simpler version here. It's really just animating two different clip paths. So if we have a look at the unpeeled banana, so the yellow part, and I look at the clip path, you'll see I've got a big box. And as I scroll, I'm just moving that box down and hiding this banana in the background. And then to show the peel coming down, I have another clip box. And sorry, I'll just get the box working here. So you'll see I've got another clip box. And as I scroll down, that's a little in the way there. There we go. So as I scroll down, you'll see an upside down banana is just animating through, and I'm animating the box itself as well. And that's all we're doing. Two simple square polygon clip masks with a few properties based on where we're scrolling. So there you have it. CSS clip masks and a bit of the Velvet Underground. Thank you for watching LoFi Codes. If you have any feedback or thoughts about this video, please leave a comment below. If you like what you saw, please subscribe for a new video every Friday, or check out another video here.